your hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.
Madness in the last 5 at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. This time, the Delhi Capitals responsible for it, batting first. 97 in the last 5. That's the highest score in this year's IPL. Poor Mohit Sharma, who we are discussing for his outstanding economy rate on our pre-show and whether there could have been a case for India to consider him in the last 12 months. He's now got an unwanted record for a fast bowler. That's the most expensive spell in IPL history. Pant has powered the Capitals to 224, 88 not out of 43. And we look back at that innings on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. Mitchell McClenaghan, Varun, Arun, Shashank, Kishore. Shashank, why did you bring up Mohit Sharma today on the pre-show? And why did you bring up Sai Kishore on the pre-show?
Excellent move from the Capitals to negate his threat by promoting Axar.
We've got to talk about the Pant innings to start with. Is that the best you've seen him this IPL? He's shown glimpses of it with that finish. Wow.
That's Pant at his best, when he is on one knee, slamming your wide.
Mitch. I'll carry on from that.
Yeah.
It's vintage Pant when you see him slamming wide Yorkers for 4. Is that what you were trying to say?
No. I could see the grin from you.
I wasn't.
Yeah, the grin really literally came out and touched him. That's apparent.
So basically, Pant just making balls which are like not there to be hit for 4 or 6 and hitting them for 4 and 6. That's Pant at his best. Really agile. Making plays out of nowhere, and great move by getting Axar up as well. So I feel that World Cup spot is pretty much sealed now.
For whom?
For Pant.
Okay, right. Yeah. Mitch.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to include Sai Kishore in a side which has already got 2 spinners who bowl during the middle, you better bowl them in the power play when you've got right-handers available, particularly when you have Axar Patel, who would have been listed at lower down the order, who comes up and floats against wrist spin and left arm orthodox, and Rishabh Pant. So I was surprised to see against Prithvi and Fraser McGurk that he didn't bowl in the power play, and then to throw him to the Wolves at the end there in the 19th over to one of the best strikers in the game, and then Rishabh Pant as well, who's getting back to the top of his game, was pretty tough, particularly when you had Sandeep Warrior, who was the pick of the bowlers. 3 overs, 3 wickets for 15. Whether you think he's a death bowler or not, he's running hot that day, and he should have at least bowled the 19th, and then you could have used Mohit in that last one. But yeah, a few perplexing decisions there from the Gujarat Titans.
Right, let's talk about both these. They are connected. Let's start with Axar Patel, because it's the reason that we didn't see Sai Kishore, and we shouldn't have seen Sai Kishore then, as Mitch points out. But he got the 19th, and Stubbs and Pants took him down for 22 of it. But let's talk about the move to put Axar Patel in as early as the 4th over when Jake Fraser McGurk were dismissed. And what was that down to? We see Jadeja yesterday and...
No, I mean, it was a great move, because when you're playing 3 spinners and then Noor is also going to be mostly incoming for him, Sai Kishore totally went out of the game. That's something which I said at the start of the innings, that it did perplex me that why they're playing Sai Kishore. Yes, he got 4 wickets in the previous game, but you have to play horses for courses in the IPL, because every team is so different, every wicket is so different. I didn't see Sai Kishore coming in today. I really like him as a bowler, but not with the lineup that DC have. Left hand heavy.
And small ground.
Yeah.
I'm just curious that we've seen Porel do that role. So he's the left-hander they've trusted to come up earlier and play hard. So why would they have picked Axar? How would Axar have said, I want to go with 3?
Axar was very vocal a couple of days ago. He said impact players have taken my batting position lower and lower in every passing game, and he's been yearning for those opportunities, and today he showed what he's capable of. Wielded the long handle to good effect against spin, and his capability was never in doubt. It's just that the opportunities had diminished because of the thrust of the impact player higher up the order.
Was that comment he made in the media after Jadeja moved up to 4 or before?
This was just a couple of days ago at a media roundtable.
After Jadeja went to 4 against Lucknow. Okay, I see. Little quiet word to Ricky Ponting. Hey, mate, I'm competing with Jadeja for the World Cup. Throw me up there. Let me show you what I can do.
I also feel Porel is a better player of fast bowling than spin. That's just my observation. I feel he can really take the attack to fast bowlers, but I think Axar is a batsman who takes on spin way better.
I'm trying to sort of think whether I thought you first said it in jest, but I'm trying to think of actually if it might have been true where this has happened. Shashank's made the point of when he's gone and said this to the media, and there possibly could have been a chat, maybe initiated by the player.
Potentially.
Yeah, and gone up to the head coach. Let's say if Axar Patel comes up to you, you're Ricky Ponting, and says, listen, I'm not getting any batting time. I've batted well for Delhi in recent seasons. You're sending Patel up, you're sort of sending other guys up. Send me at 3.
Well, Ricky's a guy who likes players who come to him and be positive, and he would have seen that as like, this is a guy who wants to go out there and win a game for me, and he's more than likely going to side with someone who has that positive attitude. So could well have been a conversation led by Axar Patel, or it could have just been one of those brain box things for Ricky as well. Looking at their lineup, Sai Kishore went well in the last game. There's probably a tendency that they'll pick him again. The only place that he can bowl in that order with our lineup is in the power play. So they might have to bowl Sai Kishore in the power play, and then you can take him down, mate. Go after it. So whoever the conversation started with, what a brilliant decision.
I'm just also trying to think, you've seen more of Sai Kishore. We often hear pundits say that they overdo the left-right-hander thing. He's a good enough left spinner. He should be bowling to the left-handers, shouldn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, have you ever seen Ashwin not bowling when right-handers are on? No. I mean, so that's a little perplexing to me, especially in these days, in the day and age of matchups. I think it's overdone, but again, the quality of batting that he came up against was never in question. So he was under the pump right from the word go. And as Varun said, I mean, they could have potentially used him up top against Prithvi Shaw and Jake Fraser-McGurk, because Jake Fraser-McGurk has shown that he loves pace on the ball early on. So probably had they gotten Sai Kishore to take the pace off, I'm not saying that it would have been drastically different, but at least you're giving yourself a chance to do something different.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because I know people back home will be thinking, well, he bowled to a left-hander, he bowled to Rishabh Pant, and Rishabh Pant took him down. Well, no, he's bowled to. Well, sorry, I mean Stubbs took him down, but he would have bowled to Rishabh Pant at that point, and it's like, well, no, it's different when he's bowling in the 19th as opposed to when he's bowling against batters who are trying to assess the wicket, trying to get into their innings. So the 19th for a spinner who's a finger spinner on a small ground and a good wicket against 2 good hitters, that's a death sentence. You're going to go for 20 minimum.
Well, I would have at least bowled him when there was a wicket which fell, and just like when a new batter came in, if you had your reservations about him in general.
That's at the top, you're saying?
Yeah.
Anywhere. Because if I feel like, okay, these guys are deploying their left-hand batsman because I have a left-arm spinner, I would just sliding him in as soon as a wicket falls.
Yeah, I mean, there are 2 opportunities here. One, you say you're going to start with seam, which you can understand, see if the ball's moving. So you bowl Omarzai, Sandeep Warrior, Omarzai, Sandeep Warrior, and that's when the wickets come, right? That Sandeep Warrior double strike
Could have bowled 5th.
wicket. So you're saying the 5th over is the opportunity then?
Yeah.
But you've already got the left-handers in.
He should have bowled the first over of the game. That's when he should have bowled. And I know looking at the power play, because you've played 3 spinners, if you're playing 3 spinners, one of your spinners has to bowl in the power play. You can't bowl that many overs of spin during the middle. So it's a tactical blunder from Gujarat Titans.
I was also curious that they bowled out Omarzai in one spell.
Yeah.
Like if anything, the bowler who was hot at the moment was Warrior.
Yeah.
And you try and sort of give him the extra over. I don't know, it seemed like muddled thinking. Is this also a test for Shubman Gill captaining in his first year? Not quite knowing how to kind of react to a changing situation. Delhi played a different hand. One they didn't expect maybe that Axar will come in. But they would have surely anticipated either Axar or Patel might come in.
Some lefty.
Maybe Warner could have been around.
Lots of lefties.
Lots of lefties.
But then bowling Sai Kishore in the 19th. So I'm just trying to think whether this was a captain that sort of got it wrong, because you still have Ashish Nehra making circles around the boundaries.
This is a captain who has been very, very fortunate in the bowlers at his disposal in that middle period. So Rashid Khan and Noor Ahmed generally are a set and forget for 8 overs in a row in that middle phase. And tonight they bowled 7 overs for 71 and took 1 wicket. Okay, so that's going 10 and over. And this was a night where could have actually said, well, maybe I do need to break up their bowling with someone else in between or something like that. So he used Omarzai thinking that he was going to get the usual returns we see from Rashid Khan and Noor Ahmed in the middle, and then to take a few wickets.
See, look, they're missing another death bowler, which has come out from this game. You can't just rely on Mohit Sharma to deliver for you every time at the death. You need a backup for him, and that's what's come out from this game.
Can Sandeep not bowl death?
No, because in the previous games he was going for plenty. Even the wickets, to be very honest, the wickets he got today weren't like nicking the batsman off or something like that. Yes, they were playing aggressive shots and they got hauled out in the deep. So
smart bowling, though.
Smart
knuckleballs.
Smart bowling, yeah, smart bowling. But he still has to get some more game time and confidence because he's just coming off a game where he got licked for 20, and the game before that also, I think he went for 12 or 13s. So they might just be wanting to give him a little more confidence in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're not the same team if Rashid Khan isn't picking wickets regularly.
And Shami's not there.
Shami's anyway not there, and we've spoken how Rashid Khan had perhaps his poorest start to the IPL with the ball.
Yeah.
So that makes a difference as well. Right, let's quickly look ahead to the chase. How much did Delhi get in that last game? 204, 30 odd, 40 odd, falling short to 260. So is this still chaseable? Is this still a good batting wicket, or initially thought it might be a bit slow?
Still a good wicket. Yeah, it looked really nice actually.
It's a very good wicket.
Touch more hold than Yellow Knight, but not enough to really worry you. So after seeing that first innings, I'll go in with some confidence, thinking that they should be able to chase it down. But like we said, if Delhi takes some wickets at the top, you've got a middle order that's really, really struggling for form, and you've got the best bowler in the competition at the moment in Kuldeep.
Yeah.
But if you have to chase this total down at the Kotla, the power play is very, very important batting second, because Kotla gets a bit slower towards the end. Shubman and Riddhiman have to capitalize on the power play.
And that's the other problem with the Titans. They've not got that one. A lot of their batters bat around second, third gear.
Yeah.
Which is what we
to
discussed.
start off with. Yeah.
This is going to demand something. Can they do something cheeky?
David Miller, up the order.
3
or 4.
4.
Yeah.
Then the Sai Sudarshan is going to come in.
Or probably Shahrukh.
Shahrukh to be sent up.
I mean, he's played the role of a finisher and he's hardly got opportunities at that role in whichever T20 team he's played for. So why not just give him the license to go up?
So that's what you will say as your outrageous pick now.
And Shahrukh has great memories at the Kotla as well, winning that T20.
Against Karnataka in the final.
Maybe, you never know.
Outrageous pick and predictions. Only Mitch came close to the first inning score. You don't get points for being close, unfortunately. Yash is a tough taskmaster. So, Mitch.
Kuldeep 4 wickets.
Kuldeep to get 4.
They will be bowled out for less than 200. Bowled out.
Bowled out for less than 200.
Bowled out.
Okay.
I'm backing GT to win this, and Shubman's getting 100.
Shubman 100 and GT win. I like it. Shashank.
Riddhiman Saha to get a quick half century.
Shashank is cheeky. He looks at the first ball, sees what the player does, and then he's like, okay,
Give us a number. So 24 balls?
He's due a big score anyway.
24 balls?
He's getting
no.
the small
24 balls?
stats.
Joking. Yeah.
20
Probably
balls?
23, 24, yeah.
24 balls. Less than 24 balls.
24 balls. It is. Very well. We see where the game stands. It's a huge game for the Titans. Can they pick up the win and score in excess of 200, or will the Capitals suddenly just reignite some interest in how their campaign might go for the rest of the IPL? Pick up the chat at the end on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. Download the mobile app if you haven't already. Lots going on, and you can also catch our ball by ball comms by Shashank. Kishore will be there to answer all your questions. He's the only S. Kishore being made to do some work today. So on that parting note, we see you at the end of the game.
All new hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.